Here goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
Hello and welcome to this episode of War Eagle Weekly. How we doing, Josh?
Man, can football be played every day? Like, please?
It'd be nice,
I would
wouldn't
love
it?
it. Yeah, it would be nice.
I mean,
I need more.
This last week we did pretty good. We had games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday. So it's not too bad. We're getting a lot of games, but now we're into week 2 of the NFL season and week 3 of the college football season. And Auburn is going to be matched up against South Alabama, which I think this is our first time playing them. It's going to be this Saturday, 11:30 in the
No.
morning on SEC Network. And no, you think we played them before? I don't think
I'm
we
almost
have.
I'm almost positive we played
No.
South Alabama before.
Yeah. So, South Alabama, a lot of us were kind of lumping this game in with the Ball State game and saying this is a easy dub, and this is going to be another kind of quote unquote scrimmage game for Auburn. But South Alabama taking it to Tulane last week and really made that a game. They lost to Tulane 33-31 and put up over 400 yards of total offense. Tulane is not a cupcake, man. Tulane is not a team that you can take lightly, and apparently neither is South Alabama.
Yeah, I don't think South Alabama is bad at all. I mean, they got a quarterback that's completing 76% of his passes and a running back that's averaging over 5 yards. 5 yards exactly a carry with 234 yards on the season. I mean, these two are going to be a problem for Auburn. Not really a problem, but they're going to test them. That's for sure. I really don't think this is going to be a super easy win unless Auburn's defense comes out like they did against Ball State.
That's true. And honestly, it's the way we came out against Baylor as well, especially running the ball. I think we can contain their running back. But South Alabama's running back, Kentrell Bullock, started his career at Ole Miss. So this dude out of high school was recruited by SEC teams. And so the fact that he's averaging 5 yards a carry this year does not surprise me. Last year he averaged 5.5, and the year before that 5.4. So he is right on track for where he has been the entire time he's been there at South Alabama. This dude is a dude and is somebody that we have to really concern ourselves with. But you got to like what you've seen from the defense handling him. But before we get to the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. So with all the question marks about how good South Alabama is and the fact that they made Tulane sweat, should we have the same offensive approach as we did against Ball State, where we come out, kind of treat it like a scrimmage in the first half?
No, I really don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to tighten things up a little more than they did against Ball State. I think they have a really good gauge of where the offense is at, especially at 2 games in. I feel like Auburn is better suited to run to set up the pass. I think most Auburn fans can agree with that. So I would expect Auburn to try to set up the pass rather than try to set up the run like they tried against Ball State. I think they're going to. Well, I think Hugh Freeze wants Jackson Arnold to pass more. I think we all do, but if the running is what's going to win us games with passing sprinkled in here and there, then that's what's going to happen moving forward, I feel.
Yeah, I think when Hugh Freeze was hired on, everybody was like, okay, let's get the passing game going. But at this point, we are so sick and tired of losing and so sick and tired of trying to, get the passing game going. I don't think any Auburn fan is honestly, if you ask them, would you rather win or put up 400 yards passing? They're gonna say win, because right now that's
Yeah,
all that
I don't
matters
care
in
how
their
we
book.
win. Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
care
Right
how we
now.
win. Just win.
Yep, amen to that. I think I agree with you. I don't think they're going to come out and do the drop back stuff. I think they're still going to work on it, but I think you're going to see the RPO unleashed because you got to get out on South Alabama, and you cannot let them think that they can hang around. You cannot give them hope. And so I
No.
do think we're going to go out there. We're going to run the offense the way that we need to, and hopefully our trend of taking what the defense gives us is something that we continue in this game and we impose our will that way. If we're up 3 touchdowns on them, 21-0, go ahead, start working on that drop back pass. But until we get to that point, run the
Get
freaking
a lead
offense.
first. Yep.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. Run the RPO and just take what the defense gives you, and then we can work on stuff. So I agree with you wholeheartedly that we definitely should not use it as a scrimmage like we did Ball State. So we talked about it in our reaction video, and if you have not seen that, go ahead and click up there at the top of the screen, and you can watch that video that we released yesterday about how we handled Ball State and the excitement that it brought to at least these two fans. But this week, the question is, can our defense be as dominant in this game? Again, we talked about it in the last episode, but I do question it with the amount of skill players that South Alabama has, because they don't have bad players.
They really don't. I don't think this is going to be a super easy win. I mean, USA basically only has one receiver that's doing much of anything. They have a guy with 15 receptions for 221 yards, but everyone else is averaging 12 yards plus a catch. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're going to do a lot of over the middle type crap against Auburn, or try to. So I don't think we're going to be able to blitz as much as we have against Baylor and Ball State. I think they're going to have the linebackers drop back in coverage a little more. I'm hoping they keep Keldrick Falk on the field a little longer than they have. Obviously, we haven't really needed him to be on the field as much, but I
Yeah.
would like to see him on the field a little more. He's easily our best defender. Um, but I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue. I mean, if we can get to Sawyer Robertson 4 times in week one, I think we're going to be able to get to this quarterback a tad bit more.
Yeah.
Make his
You would
life
think
make his life hard.
you would think that we would be able to. I agree. It should be something that we should be able to handle, and I think if our safeties play better than what they did against Baylor. We never really saw them in the Ball State game because Ball State never really got a chance to throw the ball. Us holding them to a total of 64 yards on the offensive side of the ball. You never really got to saw the secondary do much other than Sylvester Smith flying around like a man possessed and just laying people out. So we got to see some real good production from our defensive backs, because I think South Alabama is going to be able to throw the ball. And I think their wide receivers are good enough that they should be able to get some yards. I think
Yeah.
our defense, our run defense, I actually have a lot of confidence in our run defense. I really do. They have looked amazing. And if we could stop Baylor and prevent them from getting 100 yards rushing, then I think we can stop at South Alabama as well, even if they have a SEC caliber kind of back. And so I personally am one person that thinks that our defense can continue this dominance and really get better prepared for the Oklahoma game coming up.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you got guys like Malik Blockton and Bobby James and
Mm,
Travis in the middle with our fast stable of linebackers back there, it's going to be hard to run up the middle and around the edges. So I have no issues with our run defense.
yeah,
It's going to come down to our passing defense again.
yeah. And
That's just
hey,
the bottom line.
something in my gut tells me that we are going to be looking at Auburn's first interception of the year in this game,
I hope so,
and
man.
I
I
hope
hope
so.
so.
Yep, yep, yep,
Like USA's quarterback hasn't thrown an interception yet this season. Hopefully, his first one's against Auburn.
yep. Now, who is going to make the most impact on both sides of the ball? Josh, go ahead, and since we're talking about defense, go ahead and give us your defensive impact, and then I'll give us our defense.
Man, this one's tough. I want to see Xavier Atkins duplicate what he did against Ball State. So like my guts tell me to go with Xavier Atkins for defense.
Okay. I for me, I'm starting to think that, oh man. I keep going back and forth between one of the defensive backs and Amaris Williams, because Amaris Williams has just kind of been the unsung hero in these last two games. He doesn't get a lot of talk. He had a couple of penalties in the Ball State game, which were kind of BS if you ask me. Um, but I think I'm going to go with Amaris Williams for my impact player on the defensive side of the ball. He has looked like the Robin to Keldrick Falk's Batman, and has really looked like the guy that has benefited the most. Kieran Crawford is a close second as far as benefiting from Keldrick Falk, because he has looked amazing as well in these last two games. But I think Amaris Williams, I think this is going to be a game that a lot of the SEC other teams are going to take notice of him, not just Keldrick Falk.
Yeah, I
Josh,
mean, it goes back to me saying like these offenses they're being forced to pick their poison, and they're picking Keldrick Falk, and it's opening up everybody else. And
yeah,
so as the season goes on, teams are going to have to adjust way before they get to Auburn. Auburn is showing what weapons they have on the defensive side of the ball, and so it's really a lose-lose situation for most offenses this year.
yeah. Who is going to be your, or I'll give you my impact player on the offensive side of the ball. A couple weeks ago, I was thinking it was, or I can't even remember what I said a couple weeks ago. Actually, geez, seems like forever ago. I think it's going to be the Cam Coleman show. They were forcing him the ball at the beginning of the Ball State game, and then we kind of, went all over the place there. I think Cam Coleman's finally going to get unleashed and going to have a big game.
That's an easy pick. Mine is definitely going to be Horatio Fields. He's coming into the role of safety net for Jackson Arnold, and he is just doing everything
Yeah.
correct. Anything you could possibly think of, Horatio Fields is doing the right way. Every time Jackson throws his way, he's catching the ball and making the most of it.
He
He's
really
taking big
is.
hits. I texted you last week saying that he looks like he's one good look away from fumbling the ball by the way he carries it
Yeah.
after he catches it. But I mean, he took a big hit in the end zone on his touchdown, so that kind of put that to rest. So my answer is Horatio Fields.
That's good. That's a good pick, because he seems like Jackson Arnold's best friend out there on the
Yeah,
field. He kind
it's
of they
safety
have,
net, man.
yeah, they seem to
Every
be
quarterback
in
needs one.
sync. Yep, I agree completely. Well, no matter what, hopefully we have a big game on both sides of the ball. Hopefully we take this to 3-0 coming up this week. We really should. I mean, we've been talking about how dangerous South Alabama is, but even still, there's too much talent on this team for us to not win this game and head into Norman, Oklahoma 3-0 and ready to put Batir out of the Heisman race with a dominant win there. Hopefully, little
That's gonna
teaser
be
for
hard, I
next week. I
think.
think a little teaser. We'll have to see. Um, Josh, even though you have no faith in our team now, all of a sudden thinking
You
Mateer
crazy?
is. Oh, you just got done talking about how good Mateer is. I'm just
He's
saying
very
that's.
good. I said it's gonna be
Yeah,
hard to knock him out of the
it
Heisman
is.
race.
It
We
is.
didn't
I mean,
knock
he
Sawyer
has looked
Robinson
good.
out of the Heisman race.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Well, okay. All right. Cooler heads are prevailing. You're right. All right. I'll give it to you. It's still the same, Josh. War damn Eagle, man.
More damn Eagle, dude.
There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.